Carlos Prates is for sure going to be next in line. He went on the Ariel Helwani podcast to say it and said, I'm next for the title. He signed a new 8-fight deal with the UFC. And it was probably, obviously, I think everybody knew this, right? Like, Morales wasn't going to be right up next. Definitely not before Carlos Prates. Morales probably going to have like 2, maybe 1 more fight before that fight happens and fights whoever the title holder is. Carlos Prates, though, man. Carlos Prates. Next up. And I can't say it's gonna be a close fight. I can't even give a prediction right now. But we know how dangerous Carlos Prates is. Definitely on the feet. And I think one of the things we have to look at is definitely like what he is going to improve on grappling wise, right? He had that loss against Ian Gary, and I would say the main thing in that fight was the amount of activity that Ian Gary was throwing, even the kickboxing that threw him off, and Carlos Prates constantly walking forward, with really like kind of lost in the striking of Ian Gary. But if we look at that last round, Carlos Prates had him in doggy style back shot position. I mean, there was a chance for Carlos Prates, and unfortunately, it being a 5-round fight, he had that chance at the end of the 5th round. Couldn't finish it because he was really tired. But he looked for that finish, and we saw some urgency there. Carlos Prates got power, bro. He got insane power, and I like that's the difference with Ian Gary. Like with Ian Gary, I said like he's not really a knockout type of artist, but he's a great fucking boxer, kickboxer. Like great, like super great. He thinks in there. He's one of the smartest. But like with Carlos Prates, super smart as well, but just very powerful, like very powerful. And like the opponents he's winning against too in this a short amount of time have just been amazing. The finishes he's pulled off, the performances, like he's had that one slip up with Ian Gary, but since then we've seen the improvements with a knockout against Leon Edwards, who I saw coming right away. I thought I was gonna be in the first, to be honest. Oh no, I lied. Damn, I just lied. I just lied. I put process decision, but I saw a knockout for sure. And then obviously with Jeff Neal, spinning back elbow, one of the best knockouts of 2025. And then we go to JDM and just completely dismantled JDM. I mean, it was bad, bro. It's gonna be bad, my nigga. It was bad, bro. It was bad, bro. It was really bad. It didn't look like the regular JDM, but I feel like we knew this in a way. Like, we knew Carlos Prates, right, is that dangerous type of kickboxer. He's someone who's very lengthy, too, bro. Look at the fucking length on this guy's arms, bro. Look at the length on his arms. I really noticed it right here when he threw this kick. I noticed it right here. Look at his shoulder, and look where his arm is at when he's throwing this kick. The end of his fist, like, bro, insane. Like, he just has long limbs, bro. Super long limbs, super elusive. I mean, super unpredictable as well. Has a crazy bag, and I think everybody in fighting nerds, their bag is insane. Their technique is slick. Like, we have someone who just had a fight announced in Marcio Ruffy, who is another one, like, who is super slick, unpredictable, super lengthy, and uses that length to their advantage. Carlos Prates, I look at him the same way, but instead of Ruffy is more of like a back foot fighter, I look at Carlos Prates as just like a brute, bro. Like a just walk you down type. I don't give a fuck what you got. I don't give a fuck what you got. And if you want to back me up, then so be it. Close that distance, pussy. No, that's dead ass. I feel like how he thinks. That's dead ass how he thinks. You gotta remember, this is a guy who who drinks and smokes, bro. I think he's genuinely going in there knowing that, bro, he's the best in the world. He's the best in the world. He don't gotta follow these old traditions. But now, in all seriousness, no, like, this guy's a great kickboxer. And you see the confidence as soon as the bell rings and the octagon cage closes. Like, bro, you see the confidence. And that's one thing I like about Carlos Prates, bro, is that he fights with confidence. Look at this, bro. Little, like, bro, you could tell he's feeling himself. Like, you know when somebody's feeling themselves that night. He was feeling himself this night. He was, bro, like, what? Come on. Boom. 1-2. And, bro, this 1-2 is fully extending. Beautiful head kick, too, after the 1-2s. Like, he's setting everything up so perfect, bro. So perfect. He's getting JDM on vulnerable. Like JDM couldn't do shit. JDM couldn't do shit. He's getting JDM in vulnerable positions. Mind you, this is JDM who's a very technical, good technique boxer. But Carlos Prates, man, Carlos Prates has that dog in him, bro. He has that dog in him. And one thing about Prates too is that like he's not stupid, right? You don't see him get defensively, in positions where like you see him defensively lacking. Like you won't see that from Carlos Prates. You always see him using range. Look at this frame right here, bro. Look at this frame. Left side up to the chin, and then we're framing with the lead hand, right hand, while backing up. Like beautiful range, bro. Beautiful sense of range. You know what makes his sense of range good as well is the fact that his starting point on stand up a lot of the times is hands at the waist, and usually with fighters that fight with like hands at the waist and kind of like walk to you hands at the waist, you know, their jab comes from the waist and back down. Usually their defense isn't that good, but because he has a great sense of range, just like Ian Gary, because he has a great sense of range and footwork, and he also has a bag, it makes everything easier for him to like come from the waist. Boom, right? Throw an overhand. Now we got a jab from the waist. But look at the left hand. And as soon as that comes up, the opponent sees that. That left hand being brought up could be used as a feint because again, everything from Carlos Prates starts at the waist. His punching starts at the waist. Jab comes from the waist, and everything that like if he goes into this guard, the opponent thinks the left hand is coming. Now he does shoot the left, but I mean, bro, like just insane, bro. Shoots the left elbow, bro. Does great job of like hand control as well. Again, everything he does, hand control, and like the situational awareness of like how far you are from your opponent. He knows from here JDM is probably able to strike, but he's gonna offset that timing with a fucking elbow, right? While JDM, mind you, JDM opened up because he was planning to strike. Just beautiful, beautiful work, bro. Beautiful work. And again, everything comes from the waist. Here we are at a reset. I thought he was going to throw a knee here. I'm sure JDM thought the same thing. From here, if you stopped it right here, looks like he's going for a knee, maybe even an up kick, right? But boom, we go low kick. No telegraphing that. No telegraphing that. And just drops him. JDM didn't see that at all. At all. At all. If you saw those knees right in the beginning over here, if we saw those knees right here, it's like the same exact movement. Like JDM is pushing them back, he then plants his feet, and we see like a little frontal bounce on Prates. That was probably the wrong words to use, but we see a little like frontal movement, right? We know he's gonna go for something. This was just beautiful because there was no telegraphing. And with him landing the knee so much up the middle, I feel like JDM genuinely thought this was going up the middle. I could literally see his guard protecting up the middle. He puts his guard up, and the kick just fucks him, dude. Fucks him, bro. Bad. End of the second round, and JDM is in a terrible position. He's hurting, bro. Look at his face, dude. He's hurting. He's hurting. And around 3, you could see the movement is slowing down. And that's another thing with Prates. Punching power is there. I think we all know that. But one of the things Prates has, bro, is hard-ass kicks. Not only technique in the kicks, but fucking hard-ass leg kicks, bro. And I feel like that's that whole camp, that whole Fighting Nerds group. Gene Silva, Marcio Ruffy. Like, they got hard-ass leg kicks that goes with their punching power. It's amazing how well-rounded they are, with only being like kickboxers, some of them, and Gene Silva and Ruffy. Like, it's amazing. It really is amazing. Knee down the middle, and he's setting up everything with a jab too. It's another thing. Like, I think from the Ian Gary fight, I think a lot of times he went away from the jab, because Ian Gary was being so unpredictable. The fact that it kind of like slowed down his offense in return. You kind of had Prates defending for 5 rounds, right? But I think off of that fight, he stuck to the jab after that so much better. So much better. And I don't know if I think I did a video on Jeff Neal in Carlos Prates before it happened, and I literally said the most adjustments he's gonna do is that jab. He's gonna set up that jab so fucking beautifully, and he's gonna work on that jab because I knew he has a nice jab from the waist, and I knew he got away from it in the Ian Gary fight. And again, for a long fighter and someone like Carlos Prates who has power in both hands, who is a southpaw, you want to have that jab constantly into your opponent's face. Everything he sets up is with that jab. But again, with the jab, you could also feint. And because everything comes off the waist, this little movement right here, this tiny little movement from the waist, that looks like he's about to throw. This tiny little lead hand movement looks like he's about to throw a jab, right? Looks like this jab in the next frame is gonna come up and go straight across right here, right? It looks like he's stepping jab. Nope, I'm gonna go for a body kick, right on the liver. Like bro, it's so hard to fight somebody like this, bro. It's so hard. Another knee, just times that off the jab. Drops. Beautiful urgency to get this sprawl going. We sprawl, we're back up, and we're out. Carlos Prates, bro. I see the improvement in Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates is only he's only, how old is he? 28? He's 33? What the fuck? Carlos Prates is 33 years old. Still young in the UFC. I say when you climb, well, it depends on what type of fighter you are. But I say when you start climbing, 38, 39, that's when we might see a difference. But again, it depends on the type of fighter you are. There's still fighters in every combat sport out there that could fight up to 39, could fight up to 38, could fight up to 40, 41. Like it doesn't matter. But 33, Carlos being 33 means he's still learning. He's still in the game. He's still learning new things. And I just think it's a great age to be at too, to be fighting for the title. I think it's something that that is gonna make him learn, even if he loses, right? It still gives him time to bounce back. And if he wins, it gives him time to defend as well and reign and cement his legacy. Like it gives him so much time. But back to this fight, right? Just everything he did in this fight was just beautiful. Again, we're seeing that hand control. He does this a lot, bro. He does this a lot. Don't have a high guard with Carlos Prates. That shit is getting broken. That shit is getting broken easily. And one thing about MMA is that like a high guard in MMA is not really as protective as like a high guard in boxing or Muay Thai, where they have like 14, 16, 12-ounce gloves, 8-ounce gloves even, right? These are small ass gloves, bro. That high guard is not going to protect every part of your head. And if Carlos Prates is especially pulling on some of that high guard, then you're done. You have this whole side open. And, I mean, just beautiful, bro. Just beautiful setups, bro. I don't think JDM wanted to be in this fight, bro. And you could see how scared and tentative he is. Like, he's faint. Every movement that Carlos does, he's tight, right? Like, we see he's tight. Like, he doesn't know what's coming next. That knee could have went to the body. He doesn't know at all. And like, just look at the power, bro, that he's possessing. He's framing this grown ass man against the cage. Nothing against JDM, but like we're looking at it for what it is. He's framing a grown ass man against the cage. Boom, drops him. Like, dude, it's power behind everything, bro. It's power behind everything. And I think one thing about Carlos too, I feel like that power might not fall off. But then again, he's going against someone in Islam Makhachev who is known for taking those people to deep waters. We just seen it with Ian Gary. Took him to the 5th round. And even, like I said, even with Ian Gary, I don't think, I think because of the takedowns, his activity was less. And so we could potentially see that in Carlos Prates. The only difference in Carlos is that he genuinely has one-punch power. He genuinely has one-punch power. Super lengthy and long, just like the fighter Islam fought in his most recent fight, Ian Gary. And like it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough because of the type of fighter Carlos Prates is. But we obviously know who Islam is. I don't even have to explain the Islam Makhachev effect. You guys know the Islam Makhachev effect, okay? I don't even have to explain it. So obviously that can affect Carlos Prates striking, and it can make it definitely less worse. But I think, again, what Carlos Prates wants to really stick to, bro, is these kicks. Set up everything off your boxing with these kicks, you know, and just super smart, bro. Just super smart. Goes into his guard, and he eventually gets this finish. JDM didn't want to be in there, man. JDM didn't want to be in there, man, at all. He was getting hurt bad. And I got to give it to JDM. The shots he took should have put him out. Like, the shots he took should have put him out. A lot of those shots were right on the chin. A lot of those shots, too, like, those fucking kicks were to the body. Just tough shots, bro. Tough shots he took. But it was a collective, like, just a collective of shots that just made it come to this round 3 round 3 KO. And I would love to see a Carlos Prates versus Ian Gary rematch. Because I think in that fight, I genuinely think it'll be, first of all, amazing fight, better than the first one. And not only that, I think it'll be very interesting for Carlos Prates. I think he learned from that fight. And I think it'll be very interesting. Dare I say Carlos Prates wins that? Dare I say? But yeah, man, Carlos Prates up next in line for the title. He's next. He's next. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Carlos Prates has the best chance of beating Islam now that you've seen Ian Gary with Islam? Do you guys think Carlos Prates can do it? Can he do it? Can he get that belt? And if he does get that belt, can he reign for long enough? Right? I think one of the most exciting matchups if Carlos gets the belt is Morales versus Carlos Prates for the belt. That would be insane. That fight in general would be insane. But the aura around that fight, if Carlos Prates goes and beats Islam to then go against Morales, bro, the aura around that fight, bro, insane. There's so many, man, this division is getting real interesting. And with Carlos Prates announcing that he's going to be next, I know he's excited. I know he's probably in the gym probably as I speak. And I know he's coming with some steam. He's coming in with some confidence. And I can't wait. I ain't gonna lie, I can't wait. Islam Makhachev as well wants another fight before the end of the year. Or before February. So I know he's coming in to have one last great one before Ramadan. And it's before that break he takes. It's going to be beautiful, bro. It's going to be beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think about Carlos Prates. I love Carlos Prates. Number 1 fighter, in my opinion. Number 1 fighter, my favorite fighter. Yeah.